Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. We are preparing this video for you so that you can successfully choose some classes for your 7th grade school year and have all the information that you need going forward so that you can do this. We know that you did not do this last year as 5th graders choosing your 6th grade classes, so we wanted to make sure that you are well informed and good to go when it's time. So first thing, we invite you to take a look at the Sylvania Schools website where Timberstone has its own page. You'll find a lot of information there that you would find useful. Lots of teacher contact information, PowerSchool, Schoology information's on there now. So make sure you check that out. Also, you can check out the Timberstone Facebook page as well as the counselors page. And if you like to use Twitter, there's also a Twitter account there as well. All right, so make sure to check out those pages. There's a lot of really good information for you. Lots of answers can be found there. Okay, a really good resource for you to have handy while you are picking your classes or making those decisions is the program of study. This is a list of all the courses that we're going to talk about today, both the required courses as well as the elective courses, and a description for each of those. So if you're curious about what the difference is between honors social studies and regular social studies, this is where you'll find that information. So definitely maybe print this out at home if you can while you're making your choices so that you can refer back to it. It's also available on our Schoology group for you guys, as well as the Sylvania Schools website on the Timberstone page. All right, so just to go through the required classes for 7th graders, very similar to this year, we have English for everybody, whether it's English or regular or honors English. We have Math 1, 2, or honors English, honors math, science or honors science, and then social studies or honors social studies. You will see these recommendations in PowerSchool as well as on your registration form that we'll give to you, what has been recommended for you from your core content teachers. In 7th grade, our rotation's a little different than what it is in 6th grade. You'll have a full semester, 2 quarters of physical education, and that is in the second half of the school year. The first half of the school year, you will have a quarter of STEM and a quarter of information technology. You, as 7th graders, can only take 3 honors courses, okay? So as 6th graders, you could take 2. Coming into 7th and 8th grade, you're allowed now to take 3 honors courses. Okay, these recommendations are based off of assessment data that we have. We might have to go back another year since we didn't have air tests last year, and the teacher recommendations as well. So if you do have a question about your regular versus honors recommendations, make sure you talk with your core content teachers. But again, remember, you can only take 3 honors. So if you are recommended for 4, you'll have to choose only 3 of those. Elective classes for 7th graders. This is fun for you guys. You didn't have really much of a choice this last year. So you get some choices in 7th grade. You get to pick 2. Since we have 5 periods that are full of the things that you must have, you have 2 periods yet to pick some things that you'd like to try. If you already play an instrument and plan to continue with that, obviously you would choose either band or orchestra for one of those 2. There's a really cool exploratory rotation that you can try. It has a quarter of French, a quarter of Spanish, a quarter of art, and a quarter of music. That only takes 1 period because each course is just 1 quarter long, and then it rotates throughout the school year. That's a pretty fun one. You also have the option of a full year of choir in 7th grade. There are 2 reading courses. The enrichment reading would be, it's called interactive reading. It's more of a class for students that just like to read. You can choose to take that. There's another reading course that is recommended for you, and you will see that in your recommendations once we get in there if you have been recommended. If you have been recommended for reading, we really do like for you to take it, so it will be required for you. Class registration, again, you guys did not do this last year. We kind of just took care of it for you. This will be available to you through PowerSchool this year. So you will, once we log in, you'll see that there is a class registration button on the left side, and that's where we'll begin, and we'll walk you through the steps to choose your classes. Once you log in, you'll see a screen like what you see here, and each section you'll have to visit, go in and choose your classes, because we need a class for all those different areas that we talked about. So on the far right side, you'll see that there is a little pencil, and you'll need to go in through that little pencil to make sure that you have your courses selected. You'll see here that some of those pencils have a green check mark, and some of them have a red exclamation point. The red exclamation point means that you have not completed that section yet. So before you're done, you got to make sure you have all those green check marks, okay? Once you go in through that pencil, you'll see that the window opens up with all the different math courses, for example. So you're in the math section, you clicked on the pencil, this next screen will open up, and you'll see the classes where you are recommended will be open in bold, and it will say recommended for you by Mrs. Estep or something like that, or Mrs. Casey or Mrs. Gust. So you'll open that up and you'll see your recommendation. That will be the course that you're able to choose. If your teacher is giving you an option between two classes, maybe you have an option between honors math and math 2, then you can make the choice that you feel, you and your parents feel is best for you. Okay, so once you choose your course, you'll click that little box and then you'll hit submit at the bottom. Okay, if you are in class with us right now, we're going to be working with you to make these selections. We want to proof your choices before you finalize, just to make sure there weren't any errors, or maybe you clicked the wrong box or something like that. Most of the time you guys do a great job. So every once in a while we find the wrong course selected for somebody. So we just like to double check. So make sure that before you submit, finally, we come by and we check your list of classes, okay? Your form that has been provided to you must be signed by a parent or guardian at home by the 11th and turned into your science teacher, okay? So again, if we are working together in the classroom, you will log into your computers, you'll go to PowerSchool, whether that's through one of your bookmarks or through Sylvania Schools, and log into your PowerSchool account. Okay, and a final reminder just to make sure that you go home and you talk to your parents and guardians about your choices, and have them sign your form and return it to your science teacher by February 11th. Okay, if you have any questions, we will be here to help you. All right, let's get started.